When this election cycle started, a lot of people were talking about how Trump was a clown. But he could maybe break open the two-party system. Then you had the burn your bust types that argued that a Trump presidency may be preferable because it'll create a bigger backlash. And a part of me agrees, but then what? Another Democrat? No doubt to the right of the last one. How do we break this cycle? The way the election has unfolded suggests that this may be the last election with a serious Republican candidate. Clinton is poaching the brains out of the Republicans. All that's left is koch money, and it will be gone in 8 years due to natural causes. What happens when they die? It's going to happen pretty soon. The next election could feature the Democrats as the Conservative Party on the right, and a Sanders-inspired Liberal Party challenger. Greens, somebody else, I don't know. I think the tactic ought to be to worry less about who is the lesser of two evils. They're both spawns of Satan. And focus more on taking the opportunity to help destroy the Republican Party. If the Democrats can pull off a full sweep in addition to their poaching of the intelligentsia, the Republican Party will be left without any hope of a future, and the left can transcend the fear-mongering. It's going to require a bit of a social movement. The seeds of this exist. You don't have to support Clinton to attack Trump. I've been over this a few times here. I'm just, this is up on my Facebook page as well. This is kind of my current position on the American election. The greater goal here, the plot line needs to be that the Republicans are weak and should go for the kill kind of thing. This is an opportunity that might never come back. Let's take advantage of it. Let's reduce them to a minor party. I think that can be done, and that it's a good thing if it is done, because then, once that is done, we can have, a real left come out of the mess. If you can imagine, a situation where the Democrats have such a big majority in the Senate, maybe not in the Congress, just because, there's only so many seats up for grabs, right? But in the Senate, certainly, where they have enough of a majority that the progressive wing of the Democratic Party has more influence than the Republican Party. A situation where the progressive wing of the Democrats can halt legislation in such a way that forces Clinton to rely on Republican support. It starts to blur the lines in the parties, creating a fracture point on the left. I mean, if the left wants to have any serious influence, it's going to have to break the Democrats apart, right? You can try to do it from the outside, you can try to do it from the inside. I generally broadly agree that trying to work inside of a party like the Democrats is almost impossible. But we're being gifted a situation where the leadership of the Democratic Party is moving away from its base. What's the line of Reagan? I didn't leave the Republic. I didn't leave the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party left me. Well, it seems like the Democratic Party is going back to Reagan, and it's going to leave a lot of people behind, right? The idea here is not to change the Democratic Party. It's to break it apart. but the biggest reason that can't happen is because of the existence of this Republican Party, right? The amount of power that it can control while it exists, the amount of fear that it generates on would-be third-party voters. Like I said, they're weak. If you let them survive, they will come back. This is an opportunity to kill them. I think that we should show no mercy, and we should focus on that as a bigger goal right now. Trump is terrible, Clinton is terrible. It doesn't really matter who wins. But the ability to wipe out the Republicans, that's historic. That's worth making a temporary alliance for. But let's be explicit. Let's realize that is actually what's in front of us. Now let's actually do it.